computer. Hello, Joanne. How are you today?
Good morning. Good to see you.
Oh, great to see you too. So welcome to everyone who's watching. This is Coffee with Tom and Joanne. And today we're going to be covering the topics with some home maintenance. My son Tommy and I were driving around a lot this past weekend and seeing a lot of icicles forming on people's homes. And so Joanne and I thought we would talk to you today about ice dams, what causes them, how to kind of prevent them, and what to do for home maintenance, for protection. Go ahead, Joanne. Why don't you tell them a little bit about what causes an ice dam?
You know, it's so interesting because, my kids are crazy for icicles. They love them. They're like ice pops, and they're really exciting when we can get one somewhere. But really, when they hang from your roof line, it's a deeper sign of something else that's going on. And right now, because we had that heavy snowfall and we've had some fluctuation in temperature, you're starting to see a lot of those icicles hanging off the roof line of people's homes. Unfortunately, that can cause some issues with your roof, and nobody wants a roof leak. So there are some things that you can do to help prevent this. But first, you have to understand why those things form. And, part of it is nature, and you have to do what you can to try and prevent it. And nothing is perfect, right? You have to just be really cognizant of what's happening on your roof. And the first line of defense is at the end of the fall, when you do your leaf cleanup, you got to clean your gutters, because gutters that are full of leaves and debris, they won't drain properly. So when the snow comes down, you end up with gutters that are not draining, and that starts the backup of ice on your roof line. So that's the first thing that you want to cover. The next piece to it is, when we get a snowfall like we just had, that's 12, 14, 16 plus inches, you really want to make sure that you clean off the edge of your roof. And there's something called a roof rake. You can buy it at Home Depot or your local hardware store. And that roof rake will help you reach up over onto your roof and rake off the snow that is basically from your gutter line to about 2 or 3 feet up, however high you can reach with it. And sometimes you can hire companies to do this if you're not capable of doing it yourself. There are plenty of landscapers that will do this as part of their service. And it's a great line of defense for a preventative measure.
Because at my house, my son and I were out after the snowstorm. We raked back about 3 feet all around the house. And what happens, people say to me, like, what causes these ice dams? And I say, what Joanne was talking about, not having gutters that are cleaned out. But the other thing is that when you have heat that goes up through your attic and hits the roof line, what happens is it melts the snow, and then the snow will refreeze, so it turns into ice before it hits the end of your roof. And so, one of the telltale signs is that if you're seeing that you have a bunch of huge icicles all around the perimeter of your roof, you want to call Mass Save and get on their book to get an appointment to have them come in and look at your attic, because you likely need air sealing and insulation. Now, that's not going to be an immediate fix for this winter, because they're probably super backed up, but it's definitely a sign that you need to have some prevent defense put into place. In the meantime, spend your $50 and get that roof rake and clean off the end of your roof, because what happens then is that melting snow will have a path to just fly off your roof and not get trapped. Because the danger, I was telling my son Tommy, is that if you allow ice to build up and we get a cold snap, what will happen is that you can have an accumulation of ice that can break the gutter or the edge of your roof, or you get puddling behind the damming, which will then allow water to enter your home, as Joanne said. And we saw this was very, very prevalent in 2013 and 2014. And we have very short-term memories because we haven't had much snow since then. Not like we had those 2 years. Remember those years, Joanne?
I do. So I think really the key for ice damming is definitely from the inside out. Making sure that you do the air sealing and insulation in your attic. even simply capping if you have a pull down, capping the attic stairs will prevent a tremendous amount of heat from going up into your attic and will drastically lower your incidence of ice damming. But really, if you're in the situation where you have ice dams and they're looking pretty bad, there are also some services that you can hire people to come out, and basically what they do is they heat those ice dams and try to eliminate them off of your roof. Now, in a year like we did when we had 100 inches of snow in 4 weeks, that was really, a very popular project that was happening at a lot of people's homes. But what you can do for yourself is just stay on top of it. Keep an eye on it, walk around your house as the snow is melting. We likely will have some rain over the next couple of days that may help alleviate some of these. But there are some people that are going to find that with that rain, they end up with a leak because the ice has gotten underneath their shingles. Now, if you're going to be re-roofing your home, something that you want to think about is doing the ice and water shield. And I think the code for ice and water shield is about 3 feet from the roof edge, 2 or 3 feet. And you can opt to go further up your roof with that ice and water shield. And it's an extra cost, but it's an added layer of protection. So for, minimal amount added onto your roof cost, you then are kind of sealing the roof line up higher so that you can further prevent the possibility of those leaks at some point.
Thank you, Joanne. That was great. So this is just a quick moment from the Tom and Joanne team. We want to offer some, home maintenance videos. We're also going to be offering ways to best present yourself if you're putting your home on the market, and also working with buyers and how buyers can stand out. And we'll throw in a little bit about our broker friends and how they can continue to build their businesses. So thank you very much for watching our video this week, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.
Happy holidays.
Bye-bye.